Welcome in to DC On Screen, a podcast about the DC Universe properties being brought to film and television. I am your host, David C. Robertson. This is my co-host, Jason Goss, who just got back from his honeymoon.
Woo! It rained a lot. We had fun, though.
It rained. Yeah. Did you spend more time with your DC graphic novels than with your new wife?
No. No, we sat next to each other and read our separate things in the rain.
Oh. Oh, that's wonderful.
Got a lot of quality time with some good books, though.
It's been what, 2 weeks now?
Yeah, since news, yeah.
Yeah. So, there was a lot of stuff, guys, and a lot of rumors and crap got cut, so, I don't know, sorry.
They're rumors.
So
They'll concrete or become useless time remnants, we'll see.
Time remnants. I like to believe that that our collective mouses, I don't know what the plural of the computer term is, the computer accessory is, but I like to believe those are the time wraiths coming to.
Oh, okay.
Our meese are time wraiths, collecting the time remnants.
Clicking through.
Anyway, so opening up on some sad news, unfortunately, Muhammad Ali, born Cassius Clay, the boxing legend, he passed away at the age of 74 a few days ago after a 32-year battle with Parkinson's disease. What does that have to do with DC? Well, Superman vs. Muhammad Ali was an oversized comic book back in 1978. Superman had to fight and then team up with Muhammad Ali to defeat an alien invasion. It was written by Dennis O'Neil, Neil Adams, and Neil Adams drew it. Yeah. So that was kind of a big deal. It's one of those iconic wraparound covers.
Yeah.
Superman versus Muhammad Ali.
Yeah. You can see Batman's little cowl hanging out behind what looks like Lex Luthor's set. Looks like they have side-by-side seats.
Yeah, and you know what? They're about to do the Killing Joke. Mm-hmm. It's about to be released this summer. Mm-hmm. I think the next one they should do is Superman versus Muhammad Ali.
That's gonna be a lot more playful.
They've got Will Smith in their wheelhouse, man. I mean, all they have to do is bring him over from, some whatever. I don't know. Like, hey, man, you're Deadshot, right?
I'm sure he could
be Muhammad Ali again.
I'm sure he could do the voice, and I think he'd have a great time.
Played Muhammad Ali.
Oh shit, he did.
Yeah, in Ali.
Yeah. All right, so he's got this.
Yeah, and then there was that song, I think, Getting Jiggy With It, where he said, I met Ali, he told me I'm the greatest.
Right.
So,
which I'm sure is gospel truth. If you can trust anything these days and their veracity, it's rap lyrics.
It's Will Smith's lyrics.
Yeah.
What was the one from the next album? Something like the earth shakes, the sky grows dark. Is it the second coming of Christ? No, it's the first coming of me.
Oh God. Oh, William. What hath you wrought?
I believe that was on the album Willennium.
Of course. Also known as Throwing in the Towel.
All right, so on to some game news real quick. There is apparently going to be an Arkham Origins sequel that features Damien Wayne. Damian Wayne.
Yeah.
As the protagonist. It's going to be apparently a fuller, bigger Gotham City. They're going to be trading in the Batmobile for a Batcycle. And apparently they're also working on a Suicide Squad third-person shooter.
Okay, that sounds fun.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm kind of down for all of that.
Yeah.
And as much as I'm down for any of these games.
Is Origins...
I don't play games.
Yeah, I have a storied history of recently of not being able to actually play new games because I can't go buy the new systems.
Right.
Wedding. Money's gone.
Wedding.
Yeah. Have not been able to afford a Batman machine. So I had to borrow it from Matt Carroll over at the MCU and enjoyed the crap out of that. Thank you, man. But I still, does it not sound like Origins 2, we'll call it for now, is, man, that sounds like Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
I don't really care. I don't actually care at all. I'm not going to be like, oh, you're ripping it off. I literally, instead of, oh, you're ripping it off, I'm going to be like, please don't put any more glitches in and I get a Batcycle. Sounds great.
Yeah, but you're not going to be able to play Batman.
Oh.
You're just playing Damien.
That's a good point.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you'll be able to play Batman in something, but anywho.
Well, we'll just expand the city. And I take it back, really. Like, we'll expand the city. That's a common theme. I'm not going to pick onto him. Screw it. Forgive me. Let's look at the bright side here. I'll have to borrow someone's machine for a couple weeks so I can play Damien. I'll be all right.
By the way, I do want to point out how much I love the fact that you referred to a PS4 as a Batman machine.
That's all it was to me. I have no need for the other games.
Oh, Jason. So, as regular listeners to the show by this point know, we are sponsored by Loot Crate, so it's time to pay the piper. Real quick. Is it the Pied Piper?
Here it is.
So, June is the dystopia theme.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be running until June 19th. After that, you're screwed. You can't do it. So you better jump on over there and get this deal we're offering here.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know, Loot Crate is a monthly subscription box service for epic geek and gamer items and pop culture gear. For less than $20 a month, you can get 68 items that include licensed gear, apparel, collectibles, unique, one-of-a-kind items, and more. You have until the 19th at 9 p.m. Pacific to subscribe and receive that month's crate. Then you're screwed after that. Make sure to head over to lootcrate.com/giant-size-team-up and enter the code giant-size-team-up to save $3 on any new subscription. Man, if you are a fan of RoboCop, Terminator 2, Judgment Day, The Matrix, BioShock Infinite, Fallout 4, man, this is the box for you. That's what we're doing this month. And kind of, I'll be honest, like, I don't really like any of those.
No, I love the BioShock Infinite personally.
I never played it. I don't know anything about it. But like RoboCop,
fascinating story. The BioShock stories are really
never
good.
been into it. Terminator 2, Judgment Day, and The Matrix are pretty much as close as you're going to. I have all of those movies. But I'll be honest, like, some of the stuff that I've seen, like, even not being a huge fan of any of this stuff, I kind of want this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It looks good, man.
That's how they get you.
I want it.
That's how they get you for an incredibly nominal price.
So, yep, that's what we're offering here. Also, really quick, congratulations to Breaking the Panel and From the Helicarrier. Those are two podcasts that are on our network, the Giant Size Team Up Network. If you guys will go to podcastawards.com, you can vote. Please vote once a day for Breaking the Panel in entertainment and From the Helicarrier in gaming. They have been nominated for podcast awards, which we weren't, but they were. No sour grapes.
It'll be our time next year. We will drink the wine of these sour grapes.
I already have.
They actually might be able to do this. Go help them out.
Yeah, go help them out. They have a chance.
Yeah.
So, moving on, they have released a trailer for the Ultimate Edition of Batman v Superman. By the way, in the trailer, they did confirm that June 28th is when this thing is coming out digitally.
Mm-hmm.
July 19th in Blu-ray.
Right.
I've already pre-ordered the Blu-ray. I'll be getting the digital copy as well because I want it, and we've got to review the Ultimate Edition for you guys.
Yeah, it's too much time to wait. Way too much time to wait not to go ahead and get the digital copy.
It is. It's ridiculous.
And
this trailer showed so much new footage.
There's a ton of new footage. And a lot of stuff that looks like it's going to make a ton of sense when you're done with it. I mean, I don't even know where to start with it. Like,
well, it looks like there's like a crazy old black dude who's scratching off a bat symbol on a lottery ticket and talking to more investigative journalism Clark Kent.
I mean, that'll help.
Any of that makes sense?
That'll help. Like there's one scene in particular where KG Beast is watching like Superman fly off with a missile. There were so many questions about, well, how do you know they were there? I mean, blah, blah, blah. Well, they all knew he was there. That was part of the point, apparently. Like this is an elaborate plot. It was part of the stuff you didn't have. I mean, there's the interview with the lady that showed up at the subcommittee hearing, telling her story of her family.
Yes.
There's stuff where you fed in. There's contributory little thing. I'm hoping it'll answer questions for a lot of people, and for me, it'll just flesh out things that I hoped were there.
Yeah, I mean, this trailer got very much more deep into the philosophy of the movie.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, we're seeing a lot more, like I said, a lot more of the investigative journalism of Clark Kent, him going around talking to people about Batman.
Yeah.
It looks like it's going to be hitting up some more of the points that, like, the prequel Dr. Pepper comics. I just feel silly saying that. The prequel Dr. Pepper comics were going
That's
into
what
where
you get, Snyder,
like saying, like,
for betting your premise on a soda. Go check out
hey,
Coke
Batman,
and Pepsi stock prices right now.
Where they were like, hey, Batman wasn't always this bad. He used to be, okay, but now he's like the old dude with the lottery ticket is like, there's a meanness in him. He's a hunter. Like, oh man, I want to see this thing so much now. It hurts. Mm-hmm. It hurts.
They did a good job with it, man. The trailer. I think if they had released that trailer instead of like trailer number 2.
Here's a bunch of stuff that's not going to be in the movie.
Yeah. And somehow that would have gone over better. Oh yeah. Batgirl's in there.
Who the hell is she though? Like she's got like a platinum blonde hair, and she's talking to Lois Lane. When the hell did Barbara Gordon ever talk to Lois Lane?
I have no idea. All I know
it makes me wonder if she's not Barbara Gordon.
I know. It's just there was that leak of the focus group material.
Who cares what they say, man? Who cares?
It's true. They're focus groups. They're meant to screw with you. But it's still, it's just, it seems like it. We'll see. I'm sure they'll actually say her name at some point, so we'll get a chance.
Yeah, I mean,
now, because it's YouTube, though, I did finally watch the How It Should Have Ended.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Rotten Tomatoes everywhere.
Yeah. Green Lantern shows up at the end, and me. I'm just kidding. I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah, that was good. Oh, so moving on to the cinematographer for Batman v Superman, Larry Fong, is saying that the Ultimate Edition will not change your mind about the movie. He says those of you who are fans will dig it. If you hated it, you'll still hate it. Thanks for the encouragement, ass.
Of applause for that kind of just that's honesty, man. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess I feel pretty good because I dug it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But we're on record as being the assholes who actually liked this movie. So hey,
right. And I don't know
join us
how
if you
that
will.
happened, but join us in the sun.
All right. Yeah.
You may stumble.
And we can't help you if you do.
We can't help you. We're not Kal-El.
No.
So, speaking of assholes who worked on this movie.
Yeah, great.
Jeremy Irons.
I like your premise. Clean.
Jeremy Irons bashed Batman v Superman.
No.
So, he was confronted about the movie being ruthlessly kicked by critics. Mm-hmm. And he said, deservedly so. He said, it took in, I don't know, what is this, 800 million pounds? It took in 800 million pounds, so the kicking didn't matter, but it was sort of overstuffed. It was very muddled. I think the next one will be simpler. The script is certainly a lot smaller. It's more linear. I'm tied into the Batman at the minute. The next installment, Justice League Part 1, is due next year, which is nice because it's a bit of income. Not that I need a bit of income, but it's nice to keep ticking over. Alright, so not only do you bash the movie that you were just in, but you also got to rub it in our faces that you're rich as hell?
Did he say 800 million pounds?
I guess so.
Because, no, in pounds it made much more. It would have topped the billion mark in pounds, I think. I don't know where the dollar is these
I don't know
days.
if this is the pound sign. I don't know what the pound sign is, man.
Oh, did they actually use the pound sign? Oh, this bastard. Oh, no. I'm very wrong. I've forgotten how things go. Yeah, we're way below the dollar. All right, we're way below the pound now. Wrong currency. Hopefully they just meant dollars. It makes a lot more sense that someone did Shift 3 instead of Shift F4 or Shift 4. Right. That makes a lot more sense.
I want to point out something. Jeremy Irons, when this movie came out, talked about how wonderful it was to watch it on the big screen and how amazing it was, and how it was wonderful to watch it come to life. He acted like he was very pleased with it when it came out. Jeremy Irons is also known as being kind of an asshole and just saying different shit at different times and just blasting whoever he wants to. And he can do that and not get fired because he's a really good actor. So
yeah, that helps. Helps a lot. I mean, I still want him in the next movie.
Sure.
Damn it, as Alfred was good.
It was.
Bash it will, Jeremy. We shall see you soon.
So there are some really cool unused Batman v Superman posters that came out. They're just like close-ups of Batman and Superman. Batman gritting his teeth in his mech suit. Superman like about to blast somebody with his heat vision. Mm-hmm. He's got like, you can see like the veins coming out of his eyes that are like filled with red.
Mm-hmm.
They should have been used instead of some of those lame ass posters with the symbol etched in over their eyes and stuff. I didn't care for that.
Yeah, I didn't like that as much.
Here's something you will like though.
Yay!
They did another little video about the WB studio tour,
mm-hmm.
and they focused on something that was pretty interesting and a lot of fun. I thought, Batman, the Nightmare Batman.
Yeah.
From the
taped
to his
Flash
gun is a
whatever's.
Yeah, he's got a Joker card duct taped to the butt of his gun.
Oh, for real? Oh, for real?
Yep.
Oh, damn.
Yep.
All right, movie, you
They've
have my
actually got it
attention
on
yet
display.
again.
But yeah, in that video, they were talking about all sorts of stuff. Like they had some of the Joker. They have a bunch of Suicide Squad stuff out, and including a whole bunch of weapons from both BVS and Suicide Squad. And one of them was like a straight edge razor, like an old timey like razor blade of the Joker's. And they were talking about how much nuance they put into it, even to the point of like they haphazardly carved a little smile into the grip of the razor blade. You'll never see it on screen. It's just in there.
But later, when you see him wielding that, you will know. He has haphazardly carved.
You guys are wasting time on all the wrong things.
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure time is being allotted well on the Suicide Squad production so far.
Oh, man. Speaking of Suicide Squad, Suicide Squad is the most talked about movie on Twitter.
I believe it.
From March 1st to May 26th, there were roughly 1 million tweets about Suicide Squad.
I'm not sure if that's a lot or a little for a tweetage.
It's a lot.
I know nothing of the tweets.
They did they had like a Joker emoji, and the hashtag Joker was here, and that kind of boosted it. Jared Leto had that on his account as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's a lot of fun. The Suicide Squad trailer got 130,000 retweets and 170,000 likes.
Nice.
We talked about the early screen buzz, right?
Oh, for Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been very happy, to put it very mildly.
Yeah. Well, there's some more stuff that came out. Reddit user Soyodu said they saw an early screening. Said initially I thought it was for Trek, IDR, or Bourne until the NDA said Warner Brothers on it. I will tell you there was no standing ovation, but a decent amount of people clapped at the end. In fact, when they first told us we were going to see a screening of the movie, pretty much the whole theater cheered and screamed. At the end, probably only half clapped. Which doesn't mean the other half didn't like it, but if this was like a Thursday night showing with fanboys, I have no doubt it would have been a much bigger applause. And then another Redditor, Malakim, said that he wouldn't rate it as highly as Captain America Civil War, but describes it as an excellent movie. It tells a very straightforward story with an amazing cast. You will like every single member of the squad, with Harley obviously stealing the show. She's a star, and everyone will love her. This is the type of movie that demands a sequel. I'm sure critics will find ways to hate it. It's basically a gritty action movie with comic book characters and a Hot Topic aesthetic, which honestly might turn critics off, but DC fans will like it. The big thing is that the movie literally saves DCEU Batman. This Batman is BTAS personified.
Oh, that is a very comforting thing to hear.
Right?
I mean, and that doesn't discount anything I've said before. I like this Batman just fine. But I have also envisioned the characters that we met in BVS as being the people on the way to being the ones we really like love and long for. Short of Wonder Woman, she was pretty damn close. She's not a lot of need for editing there. But yeah, like Superman becoming the symbol of hope, yay! Like Batman getting to be the like symbol of just the wall of justice, you know. Yeah.
Well, he already was, and then apparently he went nuts and doubled down because of Jason Todd and Superman. So
well, you know, shit happens.
Yeah. So, all over Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, Jared Leto has been throwing some pictures up of himself as the Joker again. People kind of started freaking out, wondering what was happening.
Mm-hmm.
And turns out he is apparently shooting a music video with Rick Ross and Skrillex. It's a Suicide Squad music video. They actually put some of the song up. You can make out the words Gotham City and Suicide Squad and Purple Lamborghini and Killer Croc. So yeah.
Oh Lord.
And speaking of the Joker, there's a rumor. I'm just saying, but it's a pretty exciting rumor, so I kind of wanted to really keep it. We got this covered as reporting that they have sources that say Joker and Captain Boomerang might be getting their own spin-off films.
Oh, that. I can't believe Captain Boomerang is going to make it into that mix.
Yeah. It says...
I mean, Joker, absolutely. Fantastic. How soon can we do this?
Yeah.
And the Birds of a Feather movie...
Birds of Prey?
Birds of Prey, I'm sorry.
Maybe Birds of Prey. We don't know what it is. It's just a Harley female spinoff. We don't know.
Yeah, like that having already been rumored, that makes a little more sense when you say Captain Boomerang might be rumored now. Like if you do as a check down list.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's crazy though? After that last trailer, I want to see what Diablo's all about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Never thought I would say that.
Oh yeah, jumping back, Spencer Dennison on Twitter said, just saw Suicide Squad in Sacramento, #blown away, David Ayers is a damn genius. So there's that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're saying that Jai Courtney's character Boomerang is really hot right now. Nothing set in stone yet. Definitely going to be seeing a lot more of these guys in years to come. So, yeah.
Cool.
Oh, Margot Robbie's been talking about her relationship with the Joker in the movie. She says Harley's story is about her relationships, not just with Joker, but finding herself and her independence. Their relationship is nuts. It's terrifying. She's codependent with the Joker, and when you see that, you start seeing it as a mental illness.
Well, yeah. That's why it's qualified as a mental illness.
Yeah. Now, Charles Roven has been talking about, you know these creatures that we've been seeing them fight in the trailers, in the military gear?
Yeah.
I told you they look like they have like a bunch of eyes all over their heads.
Yeah.
Charles Roven is calling these things the eyes of the adversary. He says, these are one of the things they encounter. They don't know how they got here, but they're weird and dangerous, and yet they're wearing military uniforms.
Who's voting for Starro?
Oh, I don't think it's going to be that, but the things look gross. They look gross as crap.
What
man.
was that cat's name that has his fingertips or eyes?
What?
That 5-fingered man or something. What is the? He's featured on Brave and the Bold actually a few times. His fingertips are eyes. He doesn't actually have fingertips. He's kind of blind.
Oh, right.
Oh,
I don't. Oh, what is that creature's name? What is his name?
it fails me. Should we do a race?
What?
Should we do a quick internet race? The 10-eyed man.
The 10-eyed man. That's what I was trying to remember. There's a short where Lois Lane is trying to, one of those wonderful little those little DC shorts that they used to put on. I don't even know if they still do it, but they used to put it on Cartoon Network during the DC block, and it'd be like Lois Lane, intrepid reporter, or whatever it was, and I should probably know that, know what those are called. But there's one where she's like just bugging the hell out of Batman for an interview, and he's like doing all this different stuff, and she keeps popping up, and he's like flying the Batwing, and she pops up, and she goes, "What's the scariest villain you ever faced?" And he just looks at her and goes, "The 10-eyed man."
That shit was weird.
Those are wonderful. If you guys can track them down, go find those. But
when I just looked that up, the one sentence that stood out was that when they were killing people off in the Crisis, Marv Wolfman insisted that he be one of the first to die. It was like him and Mothman were like, just which one do we kill first? Flip a coin.
10-eyed man, killer moth, and you, Kite Man.
Yeah, let's kill you again.
So, I was just making fun of the Batman v Superman Dr. Pepper comic prequels.
Yeah.
Well, there's going to be a Suicide Squad prequel comic. It is going to be done with through splat hair dye.
In a way that makes sense, actually, given that film.
It's got a mini comic called Suicide Blonde, written by Tony Bedard and drawn by Tom Derenick.
Mm-hmm.
It focuses on the previous exploits of the Joker and Harley Quinn, and shows this Joker to be a much more traditional gangster than other iterations. Like, he's dealing with a mob boss who tried to retake his territory, and he says, well, I'm sure he thought it was his turf. After all, Don Leo's family has operated in Gotham for years. Sometimes it's hard for the poor old lion to accept he's been dethroned by a younger, stronger cat.
That sounds like the Joker, the actual like graphic novel, The Joker, like the Alizaraki take.
Yeah, so I'll put up a link to it, but yeah, that
actually seems to fit hugely. Like, I forget what it was, but something about that style was matching earlier. God, it's been last summer when I ran across whatever it is I'm trying to remember.
Should I continue on?
Oh, I give up. Yeah, I'm not even gonna. Yeah, I've got 0% chance I'll remember what that is.
So this is an old story, but it's been brought up again. Ben Affleck, and this is old because of the way he puts it. He says, when asked about what kind of Batman movie he would do, he said, I think what I probably would do, is in some ways what Zack did with this movie, which is to borrow certain things from the great comic books, but create an original story around it, because I wouldn't want the fans to already know the story and be familiar, but I would steal great things that have been done before in the comics. He's getting a lot of shit for this, but like I said, it's old.
Why?
It's old as hell. Well, because he said steal. He said he would steal from the great... This is what you've been begging him to do for years. You've been begging everyone to just take from the comics. Stop creating stupid shit like Batman and Robin. Stop making shit up. Do it like the comics. And now you're mad because they're doing it from the comics. Come on.
Yeah, the still smart, man. That's the phrase. That's been around for forever. I'm sorry, I don't care how clever you think you are. It's already been written. It just has. If it wasn't the Greeks, if it wasn't them, if it wasn't the freaking Bible, if it wasn't some old ass piece that was written on papyrus, the Simpsons have already done it. You're not going to do anything new.
I believe the list goes the Greeks, the Hebrews, the Romans, then the Twilight Zone, and the Simpsons.
And then Matt Groening.
I think that's
followed at this point order by Trey Parker and Matt Smith. They've just been on for so long. Sorry, they're
yes, they've just been on for so long, making fun of everything everyone else has done.
Yeah, it's
all right. So Geoff Johns has once again confirmed that he's working on a Batman script with Ben Affleck. We've already reported on this, but this is why. Here's why I chose to bring this in.
Mm-hmm.
He says, my job is to help other Warner Brothers divisions work with DC. I work with Warner TV and producers to get these shows up and running, in particular with The Flash, where I co-created the show, wrote a few episodes, wrote the pilot episode. I work with other people. Ames Kirshen and Games, the studios like Rocksteady and NetherRealm, go in there on character choices, story they're going to do, and brainstorm on that, try to keep it true to the comics.
Mm-hmm.
But then, when he apparently sits down with his friends or family outside of the business, he says, I just tell them I write comics.
Just easier.
He says, I do get to say I'm working on Batman with Ben Affleck. That gets the Thanksgiving table excited, especially my brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
So earlier this week, there was a big kerfuffle. Apparently, there was a big rumor that had like 5 different titles for the first part of Justice League. Ooh. Mm. These titles were like Justice League, Gods Among Us, Justice League, Gods Among Men, Justice League, Angels and Demons. There's a whole bunch of them.
Mm-hmm.
And people were freaking out, and Geoff Johns just came out and confirmed, hey, by the way, the title is just Justice League.
Justice League Part 1 even, or just Justice League?
Nope, just Justice League.
We'll do with Part 2 when it comes.
He's like, what the hell?
What's the name of the second film? Other Justice League.
It should be Justice League International.
Right. What's the name of the second film? Justice Society.
Right?
Yeah.
You can't say stuff like that without fear of unleashing my bananimals.
It's okay. You want your JSA fix? Go finish Legends of Tomorrow, people. Oh, Rex Tyler, baby.
Yeah, baby. So much has been said, much has been claimed about producer Charles Roven's shifting responsibilities over at Warner Brothers.
Right.
A lot of people are claiming this is, I swear, like clickbait articles, like one of their favorite things to write is Batman v Superman Fallout.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of that.
No, it's not Fallout. Here's what's happening. Charles Roven, he's a producer. And they keep adding more titles. They've added dates into the beyond the Green Lantern Corps date up into like the 2021 or some shit. So yeah, he's kind of busy. Mm-hmm. Not gonna be able to be the producer on and that's all it is. That's all they've said is that he won't be able to be the producer on every DC title. Like he's getting cut down on how many he can do because they keep adding them, and he's only one person.
Right.
So there's that. I just wanted to say that.
But that's the Fallout.
I have written here the Flash gets what?
But that's the Fallout.
The Fallout. I have written here the Flash gets a dope new director. Rick Famuyiwa, the director of Dope, which is apparently a critically acclaimed movie. I've never seen it.
Never seen it in my life.
Because I only watch, critically bashed movies like Batman v Superman.
Right. Unless it's smothered in Rotten Tomatoes. We can't be bothered.
Right. Or it's Marvel, whatever.
Right. Or it's just people are actively throwing themselves in front of the Rotten Tomatoes to save it.
Right. Ooh, that sounded like a dig.
Not really.
Not a dig on Civil War.
Not really. I enjoy the hell out of Civil War.
Oh, it sounded like you were saying people were like, critics were jumping in front of Rotten Tomatoes to try to save it from getting, that they were being less than honest with their reviews.
I did not say
because
that.
of Disney payouts or something. That's how I heard.
That's
what I heard. Like they're throwing their integrity in front of the Rotten Tomatoes to make sure. I'm not
possibly,
saying
but not exactly precisely, might have said that.
I'm not saying that's the case. I don't know.
Seriously,
I just think it's kind of funny.
That movie's like 84% for me. That is strong. Damn strong.
It's stronger for you than it is for me, but
nothing against it.
You know what? Well, I've got plenty of things against it, but not
I
anything more than I would have. Not yeah. Well, I liked it better than Thor.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and it didn't break the Marvel universe as much as Ant-Man did.
Oh, see, Ant-Man was strong. I like the
Ant-Man was strong.
Like 91%.
Ant-Man was strong. Ant-Man was strong, but the mask thing didn't work the way it should have. It just didn't.
I understand the tank and all that.
Big plot holes with his mask, and
there are ways around that, but
Matt agrees with me on this. So go over to MCU Cast if you really want to
deal with the
issues with Ant-Man,
the deep philosophical issues of tankness.
I could throw headcanon in there to make it work.
There are ways against
it. There are ways
around it, but
as our Man of Steel review would point out, we don't like the headcanon. Anyway,
I very much enjoy it, but.
So, that Seth Graham-Smith SOB from Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, he's, he was kicked off of The Flash, so we've got Rick Famuyiwa coming in now, this guy that directed Dope. And everyone kind of got apparently a little, I don't pay attention to it close enough. I'm on Twitter a fair amount, but I don't, pay attention to who people are following. But apparently this cat was, following a whole bunch of people from DC, from the DC offices and whatnot. And it kind of got some people excited. And then, the rumor train went out of just batshit crazy. Because this dude, followed a whole bunch of DC executives and DC stuff. And then followed Channing Tatum. So everyone's like, is the DCU stealing Channing Tatum? Are they stealing Channing Tatum from Gambit?
Oh, Lord.
And
I mean,
the
first
internet
of all,
has pretty much decided that...
Sure, go for it.
The internet's pretty much decided that Channing Tatum is going to be Shazam. Which I wouldn't have a huge problem with. If you're going to cast a wooden-ass actor in a role, you might as well be Shazam.
Right.
But I'm we all know The Rock is going to carry that film.
No, he's going to be fine. The only character that needs any real nuance is Billy Batson anyway. You just got to...
Right. You cast well for the kid. You cast well for the villain. They've already done one of those things. You don't, Shazam himself is just the most wooden and two-dimensional version of Superman. So, hi Channing Tatum. That'll work. I'd rather him do that than Gambit. I actually kind of like Gambit.
No, I really like Gambit.
I mean, I like Shazam too, but
he
works for Shazam a little more. But you know what? I don't think that's going to happen anyway. I don't know what's happening with him, but
you know what's sad though? I hadn't heard not a whisper on the wind of anything you were about to say right then. And they said like, yeah, so he was. They were thinking they were going to still Channing Tatum, and I thought, yeah, for Shazam,
right?
To my knowledge, I have no previous knowledge of that. The knowledge of my knowledge might be slightly circular, but hey.
So Jesse Eisenberg has been talking about being in Justice League. He says, I'm kind of in wait. They just started filming Justice League, so I'm kind of like waiting for my crack at it. I don't know what I'm allowed to say because I feel like there's probably some drone following me from DC. And if I say anything wrong, I get, picked off. But yeah, I think so, and I love it. And I love everybody who's in it. It's a really talented group of people. When asked whether Aquaman... or how dark Aquaman will be, James Wan, director of Aquaman, says, it won't be very dark. It is at the bottom of the ocean, so I will use lots of light.
I don't care if it's because he misunderstood the question or because he was being clever. That answer is glorious.
Oh, he was being clever.
I just thought about it for a second, like, maybe he's just actually that obtuse. No. Even if he is, that's still glorious.
Yeah. So, Mark Pedowitz, jumping over TV. Mark Pedowitz, the CW chief over there, was all happy and talking about Supergirl's move from CBS to the CW. And he says, next season, Arrow, The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, and now Supergirl will join forces in our annual crossover event.
Yes.
Our biggest ever. So just want to make sure that you guys know that that's happening.
In case anyone was scared that she was somehow going to be excluded. No.
Don't put away your Bananimals just yet.
They're going to dig right in. And
Can Bananimal be the next Batwiener?
No, Batwiener's still more fun. Also, I like that it confuses people that have no idea what we're talking about.
Tom Cavanaugh has been confirmed as returning in season 3 as a series regular on The Flash. But
which is a giant, oh thank God moment for anyone who watches The Flash.
Yeah.
Or anyone who
Carlos Valdez
watches anything that's ever had Tom Cavanaugh in it.
Carlos Valdez says, I know for a fact that season 3 is going to start in a very unexpected place. I think fans are going to be a little discombobulated, but the payoff is spectacular. That could mean that, he says the Flashpoint is, some version of Flashpoint is very possible.
Yeah.
So, we could see, like, the original Earth 1 Wells. I hope we see, like, at least 3 different versions of Wells.
I could do with all of them, honestly. Like, Reverse Flash, right? E2 Harry, Earth 1, Wells, just, I don't care. Bring it. Kavanaugh has killed every version of this character that he's played. Whatever you want to do, man.
Yeah. But Carlos Valdez says he doesn't know if it'll affect the other shows, but he knows that things are going to be very different. He says not in a bad way, I think in a really exciting way, and it's that difference that's going to inform Barry's trajectory throughout the season, and I think people are going to like it. I think there's every chance of a Flashpoint paradox. Some people express reservation about that. Why are we going there? But then some people were all about it. I'm all about it. Let's do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's do it.
Absolutely.
And you know what? Honestly, I don't see a reason they can't bring Batman into this at this point. I just don't. I know they're doing Batman over in DCU, but they're also doing Superman.
Yeah.
And Supergirl. They just announced they're doing Superman and Supergirl.
Yep. Episodes 1 and 2 of Supergirl. Season 2 will I don't know if it's going to be feature or mention or whatever. I don't care. Not a CGI version, an actual casting, an actual human standing in front of a camera with no backlighting.
Yeah. And I don't see a reason now. Like Diane Nelson said that they were gonna stop like killing people off or not, disallowing people to be on TV that are gonna be in the movies. Time to prove it, lady.
It was like about this time last year. The stance was, well, if they're gonna be here, we don't want to oversaturate, and that was fine. And then it was 7 months ago-ish. I want to guess, just off the top of my head, 7 or 8 months ago. The new dictate became, well, we're not really concerned if they show up here and there. But then you still kept killing off Arrow characters, so I don't know why Arrow just got shafted here.
But this is what Kreisberg says about the Superman. He says, so it's not like we've been asking for more Superman, or we can do it like this, or we can have him in this. For us, we're perfectly happy with the amount of Superman that we've had, because it's the exact amount that we've asked for. Apparently, they've just given, like, where does it say that? They have not been jonesing. He says, we haven't been jonesing to have Superman on the show. Let's see. It was a purely creative decision by those running the show, and there wasn't anything that we've asked for that has not been given to us. So apparently, they just haven't wanted to do it.
Yeah, it seems to be like a. Well, they were saying it's a creative decision. Okay, all right. I just. It's conflicting sometimes because you hear the EPs say, "Well, we've always gotten what we asked for," and then you see like, what's her name?
Tyan Nelson?
No, yeah.
Wendy Miracle?
No, Willa Holland. I had to look up her name. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm really bad at remembering her name. Sorry, Thea.
Yeah, well, that was Kreisberg. That was Kreisberg talking about Supergirl.
Yeah, but it's the...
And I think they've changed their policy. Willa Holland, though, has been bitching about the fact that DC took away the Suicide Squad. They had to kill off the characters before they even got to show them.
Yeah.
She's like, Marvel does it in their own weird way, the match between Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and the movies and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a little upsetting because you know it's possible and it could be done and how good it could be if it was done.
Right.
She does not watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
That's what you got out of that?
Well, that's one of the things I got out of it, because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. pretty much just does whatever the movies tell them to do.
Yeah.
And while they have been killing it, like...
It has not been because they were connected to the movies.
Hey, spoilers for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is doing a phenomenal job with a group of people called the Inhumans. And apparently there are tons of Inhumans all over the Earth now because of... Terrigenesis, etc., etc.
Water supplies.
The movies have touched this absolutely not
0%. It's annoying.
Like,
honestly, it's very annoying.
Could have actually
that, like,
used,
Tony Stark does not
annoying.
know that there's this giant Inhumans problem, and he's not focused on it all the damn time.
Especially with the whole Sokovia and superheroes and superpowered people have to be registered shit. Inhumans should have been totally involved in Civil War. That's one of the issues that I had with Civil War.
I think
it could have been so much bigger.
I think we said this before, though. Like, was it a general? I can't remember, general or colonel. Whoever it is that's given them the, that you've been a bad boy speech before, it was like, Washington, Sokovia. Going down the list and showing them footage.
That was Thunderbolt Ross.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
From Incredible Hulk.
Oh, shit. Shit. Too much DC time.
Yeah.
This is why we need you, Dave. But like they
I bridge the gaps. I am
They go through
when you get lost in the Speed Forest, Jason.
You'll be there to bring me back.
I'm your lightning rod. That's it. I'm your lightning rod.
My Linda Iris.
When you get lost in the Speed Force. When you hear my voice, it'll always bring you home.
Mm-hmm. You've been reading Rebirth, my friend.
I have been reading Rebirth and watching Flash too.
Yep. No, seriously, during that speech where he's doing the "You've been a bad boy," it should have been and the Inhumans, and just shown one damn scene of I forget his name, Hedgehog. Just one shot of Hedgehog. Mm-hmm. Sonic the Lash Dog.
Yeah. Are you talking about Lash?
Yes. Andrew. Anyway, off Marvel again.
So
sorry.
No, yeah. So blah blah. So yeah. Anyway, blah 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 blah. So apparently, Arrow is going to be has decided to rip off Daredevil because they're introducing a new Punisher-like vigilante,
right,
coming to Star City,
right.
Who is a reckless ex-Marine who has started a career in vigilantism. Tentatively named Anton Church. He is
AKA
an apex predator.
Placekeeper.
Right. Seeking to fill the void left by the Season 4 baddies Damien, Dark, and Hive. He is skilled at, quote, cutting through the shadows to take out the biggest threats first, which for Arrow, of course, means Oliver Queen. In addition to Stringer Bell, the report also said Game of Thrones and Aquaman star Jason Momoa was the inspiration for the physical prototype of the character. He will have no superpowers. Wendy Miracle, one of the showrunners, said, City Hall, that institution is crucial to the show, so don't be surprised to see Oliver take legal action against the new vigilante. Let's see. it's a very good possibility that we'll finally find out how he got the Bratva tattoo and how he learned to speak Russian. When Oliver says no one can know my secret and he kills that guy in the pilot, we're going to get some insight into that.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
So, yeah.
Nice wraparound.
Okay. But you know what? It's just, I don't want a Punisher 2.0 or, in this case, Punisher 0.5.
You know what's sad, though? This is a huge letdown for me. Don't get me wrong. There's a ton of things you can do. Like you just described a character outright. You can there's any number of ways you can flavor a character that right now this is pretty vanilla for like the superhero world, right? Yeah, he's pretty good at like getting to the guy he needs to get to, pretty well built, kind of clever. Like that's any damn body. You can speculate as far as you want to. Mm-hmm. What is the letdown for me is that the first couple of times I read headlines that were along this line, it was like, new vigilante in season 5 of Arrow won't have superpowers, and I kind of went, Ted Cord, finally.
Yeah.
But
nope, it's an ex-Marine.
No, there's no version of Ted Cord that's supposed to be an ex-Marine.
No.
It's just not like, it's not their fault. I was wishing, and I fell upon a star.
When you fall upon a
Incidentally,
star.
stars are very hot, and they hurt, and they burn you. I got burned.
That's the end of your story.
Yay!
So Gotham, new villains will include Mad Hatter, a Talon from
A
Court
or
of
the.
Owls.
We'll see.
A or the Talon. The Tweedledee and Tweedledum is going to be popping in.
Because why not?
And the man himself, born on a Monday and aired on a Monday, Solomon Grundy.
He will be. No matter how you do it, he will be born on a Monday this way. I like that.
It's kind of nice.
Yeah. The Tweedle brothers are going to be kind of all right, that'll be cute.
EP John Stevens said that Gordon is never going to be a bad guy. He'll always be a hero. But to show Gotham as a fallen land, as a potentially archaic environment, we have to allow our hero to become burdened by that and to do some terrible things. That's how you maintain power in a wasteland. That's how you keep the wolves at bay. You have to kill a lot of the wolves.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
I'm not sure I like that.
When they come for you.
There's either that was one of the most breathtaking, brilliant ways I've ever seen an EP talk about a TV show, or one of the stupidest. And I don't know which one it is. I had the same feeling when I read Rebirth at the same time. Like, that's either wonderful or terrible.
Right.
I did settle on wonderful.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I was immediately taken. I clung to wonderful there. On this one, I like the boldness of the statement. You have to kill a lot of the wolves.
Yeah. So that's all the news I got, man.
That's all out there. All I saw.
That's all the news I got. You know, I did want to bring up, forgot to mention it earlier because I suck, but the dude, the new director, one of the Flash, one of the guys he followed was Mark Waid.
Right.
Seems like a good...
Yeah, keeping source.
I mean, this is the cat that invented the Speed Force.
Right.
So, I mean,
how
do you not?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're making a Flash movie, the two people you need in that room are Mark Waid and Geoff Johns.
This is true. Yeah, that's respect. That's respect. Oh, a little thing we didn't bring up, because... Oh,
what's that, buddy?
Come on. Stephen Amell has said many things in the past. And there's been a lot of like actors talking about Supergirl's going to be on the network now, and what are we going to do, and what are we going to do? And like there's been Grant Gustin and Benoist talking about many things. Like Benoist apparently doesn't know, as you would state it, who's in the box, or spaceship in this case.
Right.
Grant Gustin and Benoist have been going back and forth about, I don't know if we'd make a good couple, and blah, blah. It's just people flapping their lips at the moment because they were on screen for a second, and they actually did. They were great together. Like, I adore that episode. But it's just
well, everything but the villains.
Right. Truth. But yeah, they were wonderful on screen. They had just fantastic chemistry. So obviously that's the question everyone's asking. And right now it's just actors talking about things. But one actor talking about things was somebody asked Stephen Amell about a possible musical crossover, and he pulled out that old yarn. He said never. And given his track record, we can now guarantee you that there will be a musical crossover. They will make Stephen Amell sing. The moment you can be sure that something is going to happen on Arrow is when Stephen Amell says, "I will never do that." Oh,
I sincerely hope, for no other reason. Now, I sincerely hope that I somehow, some way, become a writer for Arrow.
So you can make him do it?
So I could do Mayhem of the Music Meister.
Oh, that'd be good.
Like, oh, you can't do a musical in the DC universe? Bam! Music Meister.
Music Meister. I mean, you can't turn Pied Piper bad again. They made him good. They just glitched him into being good. So we don't.
Yeah, time travel glitched him.
Yeah. So how many more musical villains do we have to play with?
Music Meister.
Well, the Music Meister.
And if you don't know the Music Meister, go to Google, type in "I'm the Music Master" from Music Meister Neil Patrick Harris and Batman: The Brave and the Bold.
Please enjoy yourselves.
Have fun, kids.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I looked it up. Last time I checked, it was on Spotify. The entire show.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah. Things come and go on Spotify.
I know what I'm doing after the show.
Well, I was on a roll there. So Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog, the entire album is on Spotify. And then I found Mayhem the Music Meister, too.
Oh, that's nice.
It was a long and beautiful afternoon.
Well, I think that's everything I've got, man.
Yeah.
Guys, all you people out there listening to us, thank you so much for your comments of encouragement. Thank you for all the comments and congratulations and stuff that Jason got for his wedding.
Oh, God, it was wonderful.
Who sent you the card?
Oh,
was that
Randall Smoker sent me this just freaking amazing card. I'm quoting amazing.
Roland Smoker?
Yeah. Roland Smoker. I'm sorry. Jesus. I got 2 hours sleep last night. Roland Smoker. How do I forget that name? It's one of the most amazing names I've ever heard in my life.
I know. I'm gonna have to pay him something someday because I'm totally taking that name.
Oh yeah, no, and we get emails, and when they group, there's Randall Smith right next to him. So I know how the mental combobulation happened. I apologize, Roland. You're better than that.
I did too, but I needed Roland to know that one of us remembered.
Right. I'm literally staring at his card. I have it sitting on the table next to me. It was freaking great.
See, that's the great tragedy, the great lie perpetuated. Now, finally, being shown the light of day.
Right.
Jason can't read.
No.
He's illiterate.
I am the literate.
Well spoken, but not well read.
Yeah.
But yeah, Christian Fuentes and Free Ubaldo and a whole bunch of people gave congratulations to and well wishes to Jason. And his bride. So that was very, very nice of you guys.
Oh God, it was sweet as all hell. I appreciated the hell of it. I did. Kept pulling her in the room to show her hey, check this out. Hey, check this out. She doesn't always understand my world, but she thought that was adorable as all hell.
Yeah. And you know what else? Christopher White sending us all this news while we've been off. Mm-hmm. He actually asked me if it was okay. He was like, I didn't think about it, but while you guys were on your vacation, I shouldn't be buggy. And I'm like, no, dude, send away. Come on, man.
We got to have a foothold when we come back. Yeah.
Wonderful fans we have.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
So, yeah. Guys, thank you so much for listening and sticking with us. And look forward to talking to you guys next week. We do another news episode. We are DC On Screen. You can find every episode at DCOnScreen.com. You can find us on iTunes and Stitcher. We very much would appreciate if you gave us 5-star ratings and reviews on iTunes and Stitcher.
Anywhere, really. I mean,
or anywhere.
It can be a notepad on your
bathroom
your
wall.
home desk if you want. It's in spirit, we still appreciate it.
Yeah, just take a picture of it if you do that. You know what would be amazing, and I sincerely hope this happens now. Guys, go out there, give us reviews, and put our DCOnScreen.com up on bathroom walls all over the country, and take pictures of it and send it to us.
# toilet reviews.
# toilet reviews.
We'll also accept it on toilet paper, or simply if you fog the mirror of a bathroom and write with your finger.
If somebody does that, you might have an actual prize coming to you. Something will happen. Something good will happen to you. If you send me a picture of that and your address, I will send you something.
Yeah. I can't stress enough.
I don't know what.
Please do not actually deface anyone's personal property.
Right.
Don't actually scrawl in the back of a bathroom thing with a knife.
Right. Don't do that.
People pay for that out of pocket.
Yeah, don't actually do it. But you might get a little something if you do.
No.
No, I can't reward.
You're going to get some
poor
poor salaried bastard staying an hour and a half late to sand and refinish a piece of door. That's what you're going to get.
Yeah. And then I'll know what it was actually worth.
Right. I say that because I've been that poor salaried bastard trying to undeface a wall. You cannot undeface a wall.
Seriously.
There's a reason it's not a word.
Seriously, guys, don't do it. Don't do it. Just go and do it on iTunes and Stitcher. Don't do it in real life. That IRL gets messy as hell. But
toilet paper and bathroom windows or bathroom mirrors sound hilarious still. I'm down for that.
Right. If you guys do that, do that. You know what? Also,
if it happens to be your own room at home.
Campaign posters.
Oh, yeah.
Campaign posters. Political campaign posters that they just put in your yard and don't ask.
And that they've left there now because the primaries are over?
Yeah. Spray paint over them.
Right.
And write something for us.
Yep. Yeah,
we're a proud member of the Giant Size Team Up Network, GiantSizeTeamUp.com. Go check out our buddies Matt Carroll and Jeff Randall at the Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast. They talk about how awesome Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is and how awesome the movies are and why they wonder why they can't come together better than they do, just like we do. So you know what? There was an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. episode where they actually did talk about the gang wars in Hell's Kitchen. Mm-hmm. Like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they had it like scrolling on the news feed. On the show, on the TV, and it was pretty awesome. But yeah, bring in Daredevil. Anyway, so until next time, guys, keep some DC on your screen.
When you download the Baker's app, you have easy access to savings every day. Get the most out of weekly sales and receive personalized coupons to save on your favorite items, all while earning 1 fuel point for every $1 spent. Baker's makes it easy to save while you shop, whether it's in-store or online, so you get the most value out of every trip, every time. Download the Baker's app now to save big on your next purchase. Baker's, fresh for everyone. Must have a digital account to redeem offers. Restrictions may apply. See site for details.
Okay, round 2. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.